even though most of this conversation has been geared towards the 3-month hiatus, a lot of my background has to do with stuff that was happening 8 months ago, pretty much just after our birthdays. I do remember the day, actually. I remember pretty much everything about that day because it was Thanksgiving.
Oh,
actually. Yeah, it kind of sucked because I messaged her and then
that's the day. That's the day when I asked Maya on the first date, or that's when the first time I asked her. There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, and then she just said like, "Hey, I need to talk to you," and I'm like, "Oof, I already know what's going on." And then it was all right, I guess, after that point, because I felt it coming, because first semester was hard, because there's just so many underlying problems to everything going on. It's hard. It's like a Gordian knot. A Gordian knot is something from Greek literature, Greek mythology, which is it's a knot that you can't untie, basically. And that's just how I have to describe everything about me.
You're in that fucking first semester college?
Yeah, so first semester, I started a major that I didn't really enjoy, but I was doing it because I was basically told to do it, and I was like, well, I don't really have any other options, so this is going to be my best effort, right? And that was medical studies, which is basically pre-med. So I was doing that. I was doing relatively okay. I had A's and stuff. I was doing fine, but at the cost of that, I started stressing out a lot more. I felt like there was way more pressure on me because I was basically alone. I didn't have a safety net. I was worrying about how to pay for school because I decided to dorm, and I enjoyed dorming, but it costs a lot of money, and I didn't have a plan in place to pay for all of that.
How much did it cost?
A lot.
Like more than 20 G's?
No. I mean, in total, I think my first year at college probably cost about $20,000.
For the dorm itself?
No, the entirety. So that's classes and all. But I would say dorming probably cost about $10,000. Because I was dorming downtown. So downtown Phoenix is hella expensive.
How compared to Tempe? Like, what's Tempe?
Tempe is actually cheaper. I have no idea what the cost is because I'm not gonna.
Like, our friend was like, he had like a $6,000 scholarship for Tempe. So I don't know if that's good or not.
That would probably cover most of it.
You probably just need like a couple of more grants, like.
Yeah, I was like, it's pretty much it's definitely significantly cheaper. Yeah. Anyways, so I was freaking out about how to pay for classes and whether I was gonna be able to even pass the finals and all that. And it's just been stacking up, and because of that, like, I've been stressing out, and my relationship basically fell by the wayside. I didn't really spend a lot of time with her because I was freaking out. And so because of that, my mood plummeted, and it's like just a lot of compounding factors. But I knew it was coming, and I was like, okay, it's okay. I can get this sorted out, and I can, we can try again. It's like it's not that big of a deal. But so the big problem though is that I don't know how best to describe it, but she can be a good person if she wants to. However, oftentimes she chooses not to be a good person, but oftentimes she chooses to make decisions in order to benefit her the most. I guess is a nicer way of saying that she makes selfish decisions.
Okay, based on your guys' relationship, like.
Just everything. It's just everything, and so that would normally mean me not being friends with certain people because she didn't like them. Even though I was already friends with them, I'm not going to stop that.
Oh yeah, I remember you were talking about that with one of your friends, right? Like,
Romero?
Yes, with Jen Romero.
Yeah,
there was a big. Oh, I mean, oh no,
Yeah, that's what
you
I
can,
mean.
you can do whatever with that.
Just call her Roman.
I mean, I just say last names now.
Yeah. Well, I said her first name. With Romero, I guess. And I don't know. She didn't like her, and I never really understood it because I've known her since kindergarten, really. Yeah, that's a long time. The only other person I've known that long is Victor, and then right after that is you guys. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna just stop being friends with her because, you know, you can't deal with that insecurity. You know, and it's like I've tried my best to remedy that. Like, I've limited the amount of time that I have to spend with her. I have classes with her. It's like those are 2 hours in which I cannot not interact with her. You know, but beyond that, it's just like I just walk her to the car, walk her to her car because there's always homeless people and everything, and you know. Plus, it's always time for me to take pictures on my way back because it's like during the golden hour. It's great.
Was she like that during high school?
Who?
Your ex.
Elected?
What?
Oh, was she like that during high school?
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't like certain people, and even though I was good friends with them, you know, but I decided I'm not gonna do that. You know, it's like you can choose not to be friends with them, but I'm gonna be friends with them. But that happened, and so early in December, I decided to, because one of my other friends, Mr. Perez, he broke up with his ex, and so I was helping him. You know, I had to put all my problems again on the back burner in order to help him. And one way I was doing that was like spending time with him, going to eat and everything. And one time, Romero decided, Perez basically said, "Oh, do you want to go eat at In-N-Out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care. Like, as long as you can drop me off at home afterwards." And then, well, we went and ate, and I didn't know that Romero was gonna go along. And you know, that kind of a big problem you can see kind of bubbling up there. Yeah, and she posted on Snapchat because she didn't think there was a problem with that, and it was just like, oh, happy guys or whatever. But my ex decided to take it in a very different response, and she had it convinced in her head that I was running off with her, and I was like, B, I'm depressed. No, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm here for icy. I'm here for Perez. IP. I'm very bad with this.
IP address.
You know, to help him. And so she basically, my ex called me, you know, like, it was December 2nd, 2017. I remember that day.
That's why I was gonna think like December 2nd, 1994, 1944. The Battle of Normandy. I don't know, it's gonna World War II shit.
Yeah. But,
It's like 5 days before Pearl Harbor.
yeah. And that was about a week after we broke up, I guess, but that was really the final straw. And she was, hey, that was a very, it was very heavy because it was basically going to be the only time I would talk to her. At least up until that point, that was going to be the last conversation, last words I ever told her. And I guess it really defined how we are as people. And that my last words to her were, you know, I love you. I'm always going to be there. Even if you don't think you need me. I'm always going to be around. Don't feel afraid to reach out. And her last words to me were, I don't love you anymore. Yeah, very, very different. And then that was basically the end of the phone call. And that was pretty much the end of any conversation. And then she immediately blocked me on everything. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's great. And she blocked my entire family and everything. And every time, oh yeah, and See, the big problem though is this was literally the weekend before finals.
Yeah, that shit was...
So
That's like a fucking nail to a coffin.
yeah, so I didn't really sleep or do that well on all of that. I did my best, and I managed to pass first semester with a decent GPA. However, I was back home for winter, you know, and my mood basically hit.
It's all-time low.
No, because surprisingly, I got lower.
Oh fuck! You went through rock bottom.
Yeah, it was basically what I had normally would consider rock bottom before. You know, I tanked out, and I was like that for December and January. I didn't laugh. I spent a little bit of time with you guys.
Yeah, with the bonfire.
With the bonfire and everything, but it was little moments like that kind of kept my morale where it was, which is basically 0 instead of dipping lower. Yeah, and then
Shit, I should charge my phone.
yeah.
Go ahead.
But so it was like that, and then second semester started, and it was basically hell because I started. No, I really hated my major, but I was like, I have to make it through this semester, because at that point I was fully well convinced that this is gonna be my career. I was gonna be a doctor. I was gonna be something doing in medicine. You know, so I was like, I gotta do this. And my sleeping schedule was broken. I was basically going to sleep at 8 a.m.
Yeah, and you missed like one class, right?
Yeah, I would always miss these classes. I would always miss chem because it was at 10, and normally if I get 4 hours of sleep, I'll be fine. It's not optimal, but it's like it's like bare minimum.
You can make it through the
I can make it through the day, and I can understand and everything.
Yeah, like if you like go say 4 hours and then like take at least like a nap, like afterwards, that will work.
Maybe, but
'Cause that's how I am. Like I usually get like 5 hours of sleep,
and then,
yeah, I'll get like a nap within like somewhere like around 1 or 2.
Naps don't exist in my life. It's either 5 minutes or
Bro, yeah, but 1 hour
or
nap.
7 hours. There's no in
1
between.
hour nap works for me.
yeah.
Sitting on.
But anyways, then that was basically January, and because we had English, right? I discovered at the end of the semester that we had English right after each other. So she had it, my ex had it, and then I had it that right after. But I also had Romero in biology. So it was like I had biology, and then immediately after biology I had English. So pretty much every single Tuesday and Thursday, because that's when I had those classes, I would see my ex basically every day, and it's like she would just ignore me. She would just basically pretend like I was not a person.
Yeah.
And you know, that hurt. Even though I would look at her, I would smile, and I would like wave, and I would say hi, like, oh hey, like just in passing, because I was being nice. But she basically ignored me and treated me like I was nothing. Or like I was some figment of her imagination. That hurt. And having, you know, that constantly all the time for basically 2 months is hard. And then finally she messaged me on Valentine's Day, basically saying,
Oh shit, you got it. Oh shit, you better bring it out, boy. You better bring out evidence.
It's my phone will work.
Like, I remember Valentine's Day and I bought those roses for tall, or it's called 6'5" or 6'4".
Okay.
But it was cause like I was high, so I think I got 2 like bouquet of roses, and they were fucking expensive.
Nice.
and then I told her about it, and she's gonna pick them up, but I fell asleep. like oh fuck. And the next day I gave it to her, and fucking Axel was like, cause I was at Axel's house and I gave it to her, and Axel was like, where the kiss at?
Jesus.
Fucking tower over me, dude. Fucking.
Yeah. Oh, but Well, this is what she said. It wasn't technically Valentine's Day, but it was like almost midnight. So it was like, it might as well have been Valentine's Day. And I was up because I was gonna be up anyways.
Yeah.
And well, getting, like Raul was explaining earlier, seeing the chat head pop up, like the little chat bubble pop up, it, like
You get that sense of, oh shit.
I get a sense of panic and I'm gonna die. And this is what she said, you know, ever so elegantly. We may not have worked.
The second time.
Oh my god.
The calendar fell.
My calendar fell. That was so random. We may not have worked that.
We may not. Oh, that's a fucking.
Maybe it's an own.
Yeah. We may not have our time. Calendar falls. Time calendar.
Shut up.
Damn.
Okay.
See,
I'd
that's
say just leave it down for now.
that's the second time it
It's the
fell.
second time?
Yeah.
It's not the first time.
So when we came back,
from
when we came back, it was on the ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. I'm just thinking back about
It's gonna fall in a few hours.
Yeah, we fucking was just in the middle of sleep.
But anyways, she said, we may not have worked, but there's still a lot of greatness in you. Pick your head up, remember your worth, and try to love yourself. Mistakes, flaws, imperfections, and all. Very,
Like generic. Oh, I don't want to say generic.
yes, it was very generic,
It
because...
had a generic tone. But you need, like, the message she's trying to send was like...
Copy and paste.
Her message is basically... be happy.
No, it was, so... Because we have mutual friends, kind of. She, as far as I know, doesn't really have any friends because she continues to sour relationships. Because it's just how she operates.
Thinking,
But-
yeah.
But
That's how it was with my fucking first ex, I guess. That fucking bitch. she had like
Yeah.
that. So they always like, cause you know how like there's like that fucking thing when you see a woman like acting like independent and powerful, like we have that like image of like, wow, she's just being a bitch, right? But like same thing with guys, they usually do that. We see them as a douchebag as
yeah,
well.
they're an asshole.
Yeah, so basically like, you know, not like when girls do it, you know, it's not like when girls do it, like they get only called like a bitch, and then when a guy do it, they get seen like as a leader or anything like that. You know, they're both assholes.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like say out there like I just think
It's shitty behavior.
yeah, it's fucking it's just simple shitty behavior.
Yeah, but so our mutual friend Z, I guess,
It's
is
gonna fall. I don't know. It's anxious.
no, it sucked into my leg.
You die.
Yeah, my knee. Because I would call Z up. That's her last name. But I don't really want to pronounce her last name.
Bazinga.
Yeah, I'll just say Maria Z. I would call her up and like, cause you know it's like I need someone to talk to. I need something, you know, and it's not something I wanted to bring up to you guys because well you didn't really know her, you know, and no offense, but it's like it was my relationship with my ex and with Maria Z is different than say my relationship with my ex and you guys, you know. So it was always like, and also Maria Z had gone through a breakup and everything too, and I was like, oh my god, why do I have to deal with all of this? I want to just help myself, but I decided to put my stuff on the back burner and help her get through what she was going through. And my ex would ask her like how I was doing, and well, obviously Maria Z is gonna be honest and say, yo, he's pretty fucked up. He ain't doing so well. And so this message
Was the response to that?
yes, it was her trying to. My interpretation of it is her trying to get rid of any latent guilt she might have felt still, and it's like if I say something, I might be worried that something might happen, but if I say this, I can be rid of all of that. I can say I tried, I can say I did something, and I'll be fine. And all of that, you know, it's just a way of releasing responsibility. And you know, it's like I seen it for what it was. It was, you know, I could tell that it wasn't heartfelt. It wasn't something she really meant. She felt like she needed to say it.
Yeah.
And it's like basically being treated like a child. Like, I don't know how to process my own emotions. It's not very good, especially when I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just doing it very poorly, but I'm doing it no less. You know, and especially coming from someone who did that, it's like, no. But I decided I was just gonna be fine. I was just gonna ignore the message because it didn't matter. You know, I got through December, January, and now February without her in my life at all. So, you know, this is just going to be the norm. Well, it obviously has been. But I just basically said, like, oh, thank you. Just, you know, all the same is true for you. And she just said, okay. And that's really what cemented that feeling, and that she felt it was an obligation. She wasn't reaching out because she wanted to.
A one and done, just like, oh.
She just wanted to, like, feel,
She wanted to feel rid of it. Oh, she said understood.
Oof.
Yeah, and later that morning, I just said, good luck with the rest of your day and beyond. Goodbye. There's plenty of greatness in you. I hope someone else will find it. I hope you continue to use that greatness to change the world. Either your own or the planet. You'll do great otherwise. Because I still see good in her. I still see the good she can do. That's how I'm always gonna view it, you know?
Yeah, saying like I don't see, like, when I see, like, just regular people, or I don't know, I just like, I don't know how to explain it, but I always see, like, people with good intentions. Like, I just don't see them, like,
yeah.
That's how I am too, I guess.
Viewing the cup half full. No contact, and even still after this, she ignored me. And I would just see her walking around, and she would still ignore me. She wouldn't say hi, even though people she was with would say hi to me. And it's like you can't even take 2 seconds out of your day to say hi. It's like, really? Yeah, but right around this time, that was basically it. That was the last contact I had with her until recently, during this 3-month hiatus for the podcast, just so I could finally get there.
Oh, fuck.
Because it was...
You gotta build
basically
the
the prologue.
yeah, you gotta build the context.
Yeah, and, well, basically that entire time from February, from Valentine's Day, which is also a very hard time for me because it's also pretty much the exact same time that my mom left. Well, I say left, but that's being very generous. She just abandoned her family. So it's very hard, and for her, she knows that, and I've explained to her every single time, like, my mood is going to plummet in February, like, that it's always going to be something. And not that she did it deliberately, but I would not put it past her to have done it deliberately. Which is also something that hurt. It's like, you know, you're doing this to kind of just drive that knife in a little deeper, twisting it a little further. Yeah. And then she blew up on some other friends of, well, ours, I guess, that she felt weren't being good enough friends to her. And I was like, that's for something you two, or you guys to settle. I won't become a part of this, you know? Because it's not my duty. But then my mood basically fell to even below rock bottom to now a new low for the remainder of the school year until right before finals again. But I basically just didn't want to wake up. I really did not want to just face the day. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. I lost all motivation to even just, well, stay alive for a lot of it. I just did it because I made promises that regardless of whatever happens, I have to do something. I have to do something with my life. And it was kind of that driving force, is that promise I made is to plenty of people, but the most important people that I made those promises to are no longer in my life, and so they really wouldn't give a shit if I lived up to that promise or not, or if I kept that promise. But again, I decided to see the best in them, that even if they don't care, that they just want to see me succeed. That the people who did care about me for the longest time would still care whether I kept promises or not. Whether they gave a shit, that they still did. So yeah, my mood plummeted even further. That was probably the worst time. And it was super stressful because I had to find my own way to get books. I didn't end up actually getting books for second semester at all, so I had to struggle. I did my best to try to scrape money together as best as I could, because I always ran out of food. So I basically didn't eat for days on end.
Oh, dude, you're like the epitome of struggling college student.
Yeah, and my phone was acting up. I couldn't use the school Wi-Fi, so I had to use just my mobile data. I could barely keep in contact with you guys. It was just like so many things falling on top of me. Not to mention the major getting harder. I had to start taking classes I didn't really want to. I just basically gave up. But there's still a little smidge of hope. Like I gotta wake up. I still gotta do stuff. It was also around this March, right around the end of or the hiatus of the podcast, that my nightmares decided to flare up, and they don't usually flare. I don't usually get nightmares, but it's always right around the times that we would fight. Me and my ex would fight, or we would have troubles, or something very stressful would be going on, and it would manifest in that way. And I've told Raul about this reoccurring nightmare that I have. It's basically like, you've watched Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
You remember in season 1 when Eleven goes to, when she first encounters the Demogorgon?
Like the whole pitch black?
That's basically how it is. It's this infinite room, pitch black. But in front of me is a door. And it's really just a room. And while I can see there's a room behind it, I can't reach it because there's only one entrance. So in order to get to that door, I have to go through this first one. And the thing is that when that each room is a new memory, it's always something. And it typically starts out as something very positive. It's fine, but each room is coded in, it's not coded, but it's gray. Every object in there is gray. Everything is gray except for a singular light, basically. And that light determines the emotion of the scene, the emotion of the room. And it's like I have to relive these painful memories. They could be happy, but there's always some twist in there. There's always something that I do. It's either I relive this painful memory of me failing and doing something completely wrong and not being able to fix that, and that carrying on for pretty much the rest of my life. Or it's a room of a happy memory that I once had, now tainted, and I'm making mistakes in there. I have limited autonomy. So I can move around, I can do everything in the dream. I can try to make changes, but in the end, none of that matters because it all compounds and it all just ends in abrupt failure. It ends up hurting me more than it did help me, more than it did actually fix what I was trying to do. So eventually there comes a point where the dream ends, basically. The set is closed.
Fucking curtain calls.
Yeah, basically. So just all the actors just stop. The light dims down, whatever color it
That's
is.
like some twin stick stuff right
Yeah,
there.
it's very surreal. And then a door would just appear, either in like what would appear to be a wall or something. And the assumption is that there's only 2 rooms, right, at the beginning of the dream. But I open it up, and it's just another memory, another painful experience that I have to live through again. And there is basically always, every time I enter a new room, there's a memory that pushes itself between the room I'm in and where I want to be. This room I want to be in isn't coded like the other rooms. So you know how when you turn a light on, you can see the light underneath the door, typically? It's basically how it is. You can see that it's one singular color. So it can be red, green, blue, whatever. It's describing a different emotion and all that, all that boring stuff. But the final room it's multicolored. You can see that it looks like sunlight, It looks happy. But in order to get there, I have to go through all these painful memories. And so it's basically torturous the entire time that I'm sleeping. And I wake up, and it's like I'm sweating. I'm like short for breath. I don't know what's going on. And it's like my mood plummets even further. And if I do end up going back to sleep, I either continue on with that nightmare, or I have a completely different dream involving conversations that we've had or fights that we've had. So it's like, even when I do dream, it's always worse. It always makes my mood worse. And that's a big reason why I decided to just stay up as long as I could, be exhausted, and then pass out. Because I don't dream when that happens. It's very rare, but it does happen. It doesn't normally happen. So that happened right around the end of the hiatus in March. And that went on for the rest of the school year until about May. The very end of May, actually. And it was also sometime in between that I decided I'm going to be up for, basically the other half of the day. I might as well do something with that. So that's when I started. That's after we started the podcast and everything. So I got more into photography, even though I was using my shitty phone. I did the best with what I had. So I would do that, and I got more into movies and music and everything. So I started writing movie reviews. I started writing stuff like that. Started taking pictures, trying to find some type of catharsis. And I did in some aspect in different varying ways. It kept me occupied and everything. But it wasn't until May, the very end of May, where she just popped up. It was April, because May is when the finals were. It was the first week of May. I got used to it being in high school, where finals is in June or whatever, or like the end of May.
Yeah, finals is like year end. Like, they didn't even add any points to the overall grade.
Yeah.
It's like.
But at the time, I still have that other Instagram account that I decided to make, but just a place for me to put basically all my pictures, and get me to. It was a way for me to just say what I needed to, and forget about it. But she texted me April 24th. You're an adult. I'm an adult. I need to talk to you in person. I just basically said, okay, when do you want to talk? She said tomorrow. I just asked her what time, because I have a lab at 6 p.m. And she just said 8 a.m. And I'm like, where do you want to talk? And she said, the shaded patio on my floor. And I said, okay, I'll make sure to be there tomorrow morning. And that was basically it. She thanked me, and I'm like, okay, like, of course, good night then.
Did you sleep well after that?
I didn't sleep, is the thing. I was already going on very, very little sleep, and I couldn't sleep because I didn't know how to gather how I felt, because this is gonna be the first time
You fucking talked to her face to face, and
for 6 months. It's been half a year since I last talked to her in person or anything. So I did. I was up at 8 a.m. I took a shower to keep me awake and everything, and all of that. I got dressed, and we talked. I had my catharsis. I basically finally let go. She unblocked me off of everything, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but it basically boiled down to this. She felt like, because of one particular post that I made, that I've since pretty much gotten rid of on that one Instagram account, that I think the entirety of that account and all the captions and everything was there to bash her, and it wasn't. Like, you can read the captions, and most of the time they have to do with my mom, and pretty much nothing to do with her, or it has to do with how I'm feeling about school or anything. It has to do with how I'm feeling in the moment about what is going on. And there's only one particular post, and I've archived it so no one can see it.
What did the post say? He needs to bring out his handy dandy phone.
There's evidence. We're in the big boys.
We in the big leagues now, boys. It's the only post that I have archived on that one. It was just it says, "I loved you. I still love you, actually. Love is different now.
I remember this one.
I forgive you, even if I shouldn't. I'll carry those memories with me at all times. They've sunken into my dreams. You projected your insecurities and personality flaws onto me. I was never any of those. I tried my best not to be, but you seemed what you wanted, never what I was. But you've always been more concerned with getting an eye for an eye, even if it meant burning bridges with close friends. You placed an unbearable pressure on me to fix everything, to be perfect, to make myself something I wasn't, to do what I never wanted, to match this version you had in your head, this version you seen in your dreams. You decided to always hurt me in the end, even if I hurt you in accident. Pain was pain for you. Always decided to humiliate me in public, always decided to manipulate my emotions and reasonings, all to benefit you. You always chose the path of self-gratification, the path that made you feel the best, the path where you ended up on top, the path where you were the victim, the path where you were the hero, a hero come to triumph over evil. You've hurt me in ways I'll only see years from now. 4 years is quite a long time. Yeah, it's certainly long enough for a grudge to fester and rot everything from inside. I forgive you. I truly do. Because it's the right thing to do. Because I know you'll never forgive yourself or me. Because I know I'm not blameless. Because I know you'll change the world. You changed mine. Because I know you're important. Because I want to. Because I know you don't deserve to be. Because I need to. And she decided that the entirety of other posts I made was completely about her. And it wasn't. But I basically told her that, like, nah, dog, you got this completely wrong. And everything.
Wrong.
Yeah. And yeah, we talked a little bit. She decided that now that she's gotten everything off of her chest, that maybe we can be friends. And I just basically told her, well, whenever you're ready, send the friend request. It's like, you have to do the effort, basically. Because I'm tired of that. If you want me to be your friend, you have to put the effort in. You know, I'm still going to be here for you, but only if you want me to, basically. If you want to reach out, I'm going to be there. But my hand is always there, always extended there, if you need me. One thing that she did say that made me not angry, but just kind of disappointed, was she made an analogy of like a boxing match. Basically,
like,
she
you're
said,
fucking McGregor, she was Mayweather.
no, not like that, but like that. Like I had a corner, right? And in that
you
corner,
had corn or
a corner.
oh shit, is it corn?
So in that corner, I had support. I had friends like you guys, and Axel and them, and Sandy and Romero, Perez, and my family, and so on and so forth. But they were at varying degrees away from me, basically. And the further away they are, the less close that relationship is. And I don't know why it was that made me, I guess, disappointed or whatever word I said earlier, was because she said, I'm still in your corner, just further away. And I might not always be there when you need me, but I'm still there, supporting you and everything. And I guess the reason why it made me disappointed was because it's like, I know she said that because she felt like it's what I needed to hear. And it's not. Because right before that, she also, well, actually, it was right after that, she said that she was in a new relationship and that she needed to respect that. And she kind of just dropped it on me, like I should have known or something. And it's like, nah, dog. Like, she said, I hope you understand. And I just stood silent. I was like, I don't care. In my head, I was just, I don't care what you're doing. Because it doesn't matter to me. You say you're in my corner, but you're not. It's been 2 months now, right? Since April. She hasn't reached out once. She hasn't said anything. She hasn't asked how I was doing. As far as I know, she hasn't messaged any of my family. Because my brother got married last month. My sister graduated a week after.
Does your brother know you're Stephanie? No. Did your brother know it? Did your brother know your ex?
Yeah, my brother and his now wife, we would always go out to dinner and stuff with them. So my family made an effort to spend time with me and her. And the thing is I told her when the wedding was. I was like, the wedding is this day. And she just said, thank you. I was like, alright, bye. As far as I know, she didn't tell either my brother or his then fiance. Well, I guess technically wife. She didn't congratulate my sister for graduating. Or any of that. Can you really be in my corner? Tell me all of these things. Say maybe you think you're ready to be friends. And then still treat me like I'm nothing. No. You can't. It's also kind of the thing is that I've given up on that. I just don't care. So I'm like, I'm still gonna be in your corner because I give a shit. You know? I'm still gonna be in your corner. X. You know, because I care more about you than you care about me. Yeah. But after that, my mood was lifted. Pretty much.
You become one with God.
No.
Fucking early in the pool.
Yeah, we were baptizing each other. That took a while for that to kick in. That feeling of, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Because there is stuff that I still didn't get to say. Because, again, she always turned the conversation about her. And this wasn't about her, this was about us. And it was really the only time in the entirety of the 4 years that we were together that I actually felt like I had equal footing in the conversation. And that I could actually tell her how I was really feeling. And it felt great. It felt great to be an equal.
I said, fuck you.
I don't know, man. It's like the way she acted, like towards you to the relationship, and like, I just feel like, was she like that during high school, during the 4-year relationship?
It wasn't as bad. It only got worse after we broke up.
I feel like she had a goal set for herself. Like,
Yeah, she
probably
does.
before you guys even like work together.
She did, and I guess part of the reason. Oh, that was one other thing. She had mentioned the first time that the first day we broke up that she felt like we were too different, and I said, we're not really that different. It's like it's okay to just say you feel like I'm a different person or whatever, but don't lie to me and say we're different people because we're not.
Oh, that reminds me of this. Keep going. I'll say it once we finish.
But yeah. But basically, after this conversation that I had with her, I slept, and it was the best sleep that I had up until that point. But I was tired. I was like, I don't give a shit about whatever classes I need to go to today. So I slept. And this was literally a week before finals. So
I slept.
yeah, I
You
slept.
slept good. That shit was good.
Yeah, I missed my classes, and then following week I would then go to miss some of my finals because I was still reeling from all of them. Yeah, you can say your thing because I texted her. I told her something afterwards.
Oh, go ahead and finish up.
Let me find it because it was so long ago.
Just fuck you if you can.
I gotta think about it. Like, if 6'4" got in a relationship, I'd probably like, I'd just be like more pissed. I'd probably just be more pissed to be honest.
If you did it right now.
I don't know, nigga. I didn't like. I blocked her and shit. So I don't know anything about her now. So I prefer like going that. It's like not knowing what's going on with her life. So like if I keep that paranoia on, I'll just be like constantly not going to sleep and shit. So I'm really good where I'm at. I just have to like brace for fear for him. If I see her, that's if she goes, cause I don't know. Her parents are like, or her mom was like, it's like very like controlling, I guess. But I don't know.
To Ignacio?
Oh, well, because I decided to write this and tell her at 3 in the morning. Because yeah, because that was when I was going to bed. I was like, I need to go sleep early. I need to attempt to go to sleep early. So I wrote all of this up in a Google Doc because that way I could get everything in order. And I just said,
Get that spell check.
and
Make sure you're formal.
Correct grammar, correct punctuation.
I don't know because I start with her first name, and I don't know what to say in place of it.
Say X.
I'll just use her initials. E.
Hey yo.
A. E.
E. E.
E. I've stayed up so many nights, completely sleepless, just going over my decisions and my thoughts, driving my life further down. Dreams would remind me of my mistakes, giving my nightmares plenty of material to use. I'm broken, but I'm strong. Our breakup obviously hurt. It ruined me for a long time. I still wake up, I still go to class, I still help everyone out as best I can. I still choose to live another day. Not every day is the best, and in fact, most are far from it. But I'm strong for still being here, for still being alive. I can say I'm making decisions for myself. And that I'm proud of the hobbies that I've picked up. I'm proud of the way that I've clawed myself out of that black hole I was heading towards. I'm proud of how I'm able to express myself now. I'm proud I'm finally at a zero. I'm proud of who I am. Even if I make mistakes, I'm proud I finally decided to make a change for myself. Not for my family, not for my friends, not even for you. E, I still love you. I love you now more than, well, I really ever have. Yes, you stabilized me, but I can say you gave me genuinely happy memories. Being with you they were the best 4 years of my life. You made me realize that if I don't bother to take a leap, I won't ever get what I want. I'm taking that leap, telling you how I really feel still. I'm taking that leap to take my life back. I'm taking that leap to change myself to be happy. To be a 0 instead of a -1. I love you enough to see that I need to change myself to truly be happy. To have a life that's fulfilling. To have everything I wanted us to have. Trust me, I really wanted everything my brother and his wife have. I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. I wanted to wake up every day with you there by my side. I wanted to go to sleep knowing that I had the only person in the world that would make me feel normal. I wanted to experience my life with you. I wanted to have a place where I knew that I could just be myself. I wanted someone there to actually give a shit about me, to actually care. I wanted what I was denied for so long. I still want all of that. I can't lie about that. I know you're in a relationship, but I'm fixing myself because I need to, because I want to. It's not going to be it's going to be a long road. I hope that maybe if I dealt with enough of the cracks, we could try for another shot. But that's the wrong way to go about things. I'd be changing myself for you, not for me. I don't expect to be with you ever again, even if deep down in my wishes I wish I could. I also don't expect you to end your relationship. I really do love you. I'm done being angry. I'm done filling my nights with regret. I'm done letting my negativity rule my life. You're right, I have so much positive. I plan on using that good to help others, but more importantly to help myself. There's always going to be those itching thoughts in the back of my mind. There's always going to be those nightmares that ruin my days. Thank you. I just needed to tell you this. Whether this ruins our future, our friendship, or any future we'll share, I'm making choices to help myself. I may look weak, but I've proven myself to be far from. I might orbit near a black hole, but I haven't fallen inside yet. I've fallen inside before. You've met me then. But just know somewhere deep down, I hope that if I can fix enough cracks that we could try again. Even if I know it's close to impossible for that hope to come. Because, E, you really are the love of my life. You only have one. You might be that for me, but I might not be that for you. But all of that's fine too. I've accepted that already. I promise I'll still wake up every day. I promise I'll fix myself. I promise I'll strive to be the best me I can be. Good luck with your new relationship. I hope you're happy, more than you were with me. I hope your family loves them more than they did me. I hope you love them more than you did me. I hope you have better days, E, more than you had with me. I love you forever and always.
Damn.
Yeah.
My boy.
But after that, boom, I passed out. And I felt great. But pretty much after that point, because finals were over. It was after that point that I was like, I feel good. I feel glad. I'm changing my major. I'm doing all of these things that I love. Yeah. But that's basically where my headspace was for, the last 8 months, but most importantly, the last 3 months. And it's been kind of long, but I kind of needed some of that backstory to get y'all caught up on where I was, even when we first started the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's plenty more that I haven't told you, but most of that's insignificant.
Just side missions.
Side mission, optional mission.
Side ops.
Side ops.
Damn. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. And
I am. I would argue to say that since that time, about a couple months ago, that I am now at a 1 instead of a 0.
Damn.
Thanks.
Me review.
Yeah, and
That's good, man. I'm proud of you.
yeah.
I know you may not give a shit that I'm proud of you, but I'm proud of you.
I know you
But yeah,
are. Yep.
let's
Any closing remarks?
3 cheers for getting better.
Yeah. So that's basically where we've been the last 3 months.
3 months. It's been
Or
quite a
the
ride.
last 4 months, I guess. 3 months, yeah, actually.
Yeah, 3 months and a half ish. 3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Let's say 3 months.
3 months.
We've been tortured.
beaten.
Well, I mean, mine was like fucking last week, wasn't it? Or,
Yeah, it was last week, but still.
jeez, I feel like 2 weeks ago.
You also had a lot going on, though.
What?
With starting work and everything.
Yeah, like,
You've had a lot of stuff going on. Not that it's been negative like ours.
Yeah, like, it doesn't have
It's
to be
just-
negative.
Plus, you guys have spent time together outside of like hangouts and stuff.
I never hang out with her, that's the thing. It's disappointing. So I'm not like, I wasn't like, I mean, I was sad, but later I just felt like more disappointed.
I'm not
that
mad.
was like,
I'm just disappointed.
I'm not angry.
I'm
I'm
just
disappointed. Like, I mean, if she ever, if 6'4" ever like,
6'4".
if she ever like try to like contact me or anything, I'm just gonna like, I'll probably be like, this might be a douche move, but I'm just probably gonna like distance myself more from her. But like, depends on how she contacts me, or like maybe if she's in a relationship, but I don't know.
Well, you'll decide too. What you think what's right.
I think you'll decide if it happens.
Yeah.
If
You'll make that decision. I think you're a good person, so you're always gonna choose a good outcome. Even if sometimes your decisions are a little fucked up.
like what?
Like what?
I don't know, just other things.
Silently.
Yeah.
Silently play.
Sometimes
Duck-
you play
duck-
devil's advocate.
Duck is gonna remember that.
So any final thoughts? So
This was a long one.
I'd say I'll probably split this into 2 parts.
Big oof.
Relationships are weird.
Relationships are weird because not everyone is identical. Oh yeah, and as you guys were saying that you guys are probably gonna wait a year to get into a relationship. And, well, I don't have a time frame like that. I just have whenever I feel ready.
Yeah, that's probably
Well,
good.
yeah, that's what I mean too. Like,
I know, but it's like it could be next week. No,
Nigga.
but it also could be like a few years from now. It's just whenever, basically. I don't feel like I should have to put a time.
a specific time frame.
Yeah, it's just
Whenever you're ready. Yeah.
it's a very nebulous thing.
It's such a general term.
Yeah.
Remember how like I had a conversation with a girl in my psychology class?
The one that wouldn't shut up.
Oh yeah.
Why did I have a feeling it was there?
She was. I remember like how she was talking about like how she was still in love with her ex, like after they broke up, which was like probably like
10 years ago.
I don't know. I feel like it was kind of like your situation, but like the gender reverse. Like instead of 4 years, it was like 1 year.
Oh.
Oh.
And like
Like.
I don't know. It's weird because like I never had like a fucking long ass relationship like that.
Yeah.
Like the longest I had was with what was the pre-date.
Oh, it's
situation.
6'4".
Yeah, and like she said that it felt kind of like that, but for me it's always like that purgatory, that limbo. So I'm just like,
Oh wow.
damn, that's my fucking bedtime.
Oh no, it's because
So I don't know if I would consider this as a
It's an actual relationship.
yeah.
I would. Why not? I say fuck it.
Fuck yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Fuck it.
I mean, we didn't even hold hands. I mean, that's the shit part.
You know what I found really
Unprotected
funny?
hand holding.
That shit made me cringe so bad when because you sent me a screenshot of the conversation and I was like, oh my god, because like when just the initial sight I was like, oh, I know what's going on. Like just seeing the entire length of it, I was like, ooh, ooh. And I was eating dinner, so I was like, god damn it, I can't even eat these delicious nachos in front of me. I have to deal with, not that I wouldn't, but it's like I want to eat because I was hungry. I didn't eat all day, so I was like, god damn it, I just want to eat something. But I was like, I'll push my food off. I'll deal with this.
A little too far up, falls off the table.
Like,
Fuck.
I'll deal with this, you know. But it was just really funny because it made me laugh after I was reading it because it was like the fucking. I didn't think you were being serious.
What, like the unprotected?
Yeah, and I
I
was
know
like,
that's the thing. Like it was just like a joke.
It looked like a joke. It looked like a
turned
meme.
into like and it was a meme because they always posted in like anime IRL.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you guys do such lewd acts, like holding hands, and stuff like that. But that was because, like, you know, like, cause like she was like the only girl, the only person out of like you guys that I told her like who was my waifu,
Oof.
like realistically, like which was
Asuna?
the one chick from real life.
Ocelot.
Her name, I don't know, have you seen real life?
Yeah.
I have not.
That one chick that's like they're
The
very dumbfounded, clumsy, and she can't smile.
oh, her.
Yeah, she was my waifu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like I told her, like she was like I don't know, it's so weird. Like I never told that anyway. I told her. So like that's what like you know that's like I always like that's how like my like like there'll be sometimes there'll be days I would like I would pimple my ass. Like I would literally tell her that. So like you know I just do what the fuck. So yeah, you know that joke turned into a fucking.
Yeah, I was like, this dude ain't ready, because it was like, whew. It was like this little joke, and she went, bam. And she's like, I seen my chance, and fucking.
I know.
It's like a bulldozer.
I know.
And I was like, God damn.
I was like a fucking.
You don't need to do this.
I was like a fucking like a flower, and it was a fucking bulldozer with some man.
Alright, since we kind of gotten off topic and like final closing thoughts.
Well, I don't know. Like after like we had a conversation. I was like, you know, I told her I felt lost. You know, I just told her like, is it because I'm unattractive? I'm billion. I was just telling her like, you know, like stop reasoning why people won't break up, right?
Yeah.
You know, I even told her like, is there like other people that you're interested in?
Is there another hand?
Oh, God. No, not you. Is it God hand? But then she said, what made me feel better was that how she actually rejected multiple guys, which was like, hey, that's pretty good.
Maybe she does feel the same way about you.
But then I
A little
fucking
bit.
blocked her. I did send her a message on Sunday. Was this Sunday night? I don't know. It was Sunday night because I didn't go to work that day. Cause I didn't like sleep because I sent her that message. I basically sent her like first like, you know, it was that one line message like, you know, how she felt guilty. How she, you know, I did all the waiting and she just like felt like shit.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it wasn't what she did to me wasn't like fair at all. And that you know, I was like, oh,
Some hard nice guy shit.
and then she was just like telling me everything. And next thing I just like my last remark was, you know, take care of Garfield. You know, and then that I told her I'm gonna miss you a lot. Then I blocked her, deleted her.
Damn.
Yeah, it was very. Whew.
But then like Sunday, you know, I sent her, you know, friend request. Cause I didn't know that when you block someone,
You'll
it
find them.
automatically like deletes them.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I don't know. I thought when you blocked them, it'll still show up. Well, I don't, yeah.
Didn't think it. I mean, this nibba.
So then, like, I sent her friend request, and then I just was like anxious. So then I just opened her dating emoji up, and then fucking she did send me a message, but like when I fucking blocked her,
Yeah.
which was basically thank you for everything. You're very sweet in every way.
And you're like, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. Now I feel like I'm the asshole, or even though like she was the one that ended it, whatever. And then I sent her a message, but I don't know if she would ever like open or read it. But I just sent her like, I'm sorry for deleting you.
I'm sorry for being an asshole, basically.
You know, she was like technically the asshole.
Technically.
I told her like the reason why she did it is because like I was trying to focus on work, which was true because she fucking in the middle of training and shit. And then I was trying to focus on work. I just didn't want this. I'm sorry, you know. I just apologize.
I wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah. And then I sent her, like, you know, I sent her that little paragraph, like probably a couple sentences, and then I said I'm sorry. Then I sent her, but then it just says pending. So I don't know how Snapchat works. So
Oh, they have to. And don't they usually, depending on the settings, they have to confirm or not?
They have to like
They have to add you
accept it.
back.
They have to accept it or something like that.
yeah,
I think.
I don't know. And then after I sent her, like that, I couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
But then I somehow like someone got my phone number, which like this is Rihanna's best friend, and like please leave her alone, please and thanks.
And you're like, delete.
Yeah, then I actually replied to that. I was like, okay, I'm honestly confused, and I was like,
How'd you get this number?
no, I just say that. I just
Who
like,
dis?
The phone who dis?
no, I just said like, okay, I'm honestly confused at this point, but alright. And I did send her the message earlier.
Yeah.
And as that phone number didn't respond. I was like, how'd she get that?
The whole time thinking, how'd you get my number?
Yeah,
How
like,
the fuck?
Other than that, I'm just like, now, I don't know, at this point, like, I'm starting to like lose feelings for her now. Which like, I kind of got scared one in the night because like, fuck, I'm trying to lose feelings for her now. Is that good or bad? But now I'm just like, it's just whatever. This is just like another pattern. Same thing as last summer. Of course, man.
Maybe.
Poised.
Of course.
Any last thoughts, Ignacio?
Nah, I already said it.
Kanye West, nothing wrong.
Kanye West's latest album, yay. Everything good music has been putting out is straight up gold classics, boy.
Kanye West does not care about minorities.
Any
George Bush does not care about black people. Alright, well, how long have we been going on for? Hold up.
Well, you have any closing remarks, Raul?
Wow, 2 hours, 11 minutes. That's the longest one we've ever made.
Yeah, that's like
There's long.
that's like the long. That's like as long as like, the Last Jedi.
And look,
Last Jedi, like almost 3 hours.
Axel messaged me finally.
I know.
An hour ago.
An hour ago. What are you saying?
Fuck.
I'll reply to it in a bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'll have to split this into 2 parts.
Big oof.
Nah, I'll just
I'm
split it.
assuming like the Ignacio part.
Yeah, like when you start, I'll split it
Damn.
there. Well, honestly, it's probably like the best part because you really go into detail. Like
I got receipts, boy.
yeah, you have your own dedicated video. Like
That's
with me,
exciting.
like there's a lot more to it. If I go into detail, but I'd rather not right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
So maybe in another episode.
I've had almost a year to dwell on all of this. So.
Almost a year.
With everyone, well, it's been 8 months. And
8
everyone,
months?
yeah, since the end of November.
Gee, that's like how long I know. 6'4". Are you still recording?
I'm still recording.
Yeah. It's also as long as I've been 19, so.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Alright.
amazing.
I just
We
realized-
it was literally 2 months after we reached 4 years, and then she's like, yeet, I'm out, boy. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's enough for me, dog.
Damn.
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 Another one bites the dust.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say something. I forgot. Oh, we were memeing. No, I
When,
forgot because we
today?
were just memeing.
Alright, well,
Yeah, just think.
we're gonna, this concludes our return episode.
A redemption arc.
Our redemption arc.
It's,
I'll see how I split this up. I'll probably,
it'll have to be.
it'll be 2 parts for sure. But yeah,
You know
we
what we
hope
should
you
talk
enjoyed
about?
this extra special episode.
We should talk about the games from E3 and shit.
Well, we could do that in a. We'll record another episode right now.
Yeah.
I know, I'm not
That's
sleeping
like-
anymore. I
I'm
passed
not,
my.
I passed that point where like if I don't sleep by this point,
It's,
I'm not sleeping at all.
Yeah, that's for me now. Especially with the lights on.
Yeah, with the lights on, it's
Mhm.
pretty cold. It's nice. It's
I
nice.
would take 2 other people because it's been so long since I slept over. Or I had people like sleep with me and shit.
me too. I haven't had since 8
Alright.
months ago.
Well,
I had someone else laying in the bed.
all right. Well,
Yeah. Knock.
all right. Well, I'm still kind of recording, guys.
You can cut all this bit out.
No, I'm keeping this in.
Oh no!
All right. Well, I forgot how we end the podcast.
We're not ending it?
I haven't started recording. I don't know how to end it.
I don't remember.
Alright, guys, so this concludes our retreat.
I already said that.
It's true.
And
Just-
whatever.
just keep this in.
This is
It's
because
these are
it's just these are bloopers. No, but the bloopers are staying in there. Well, we'll see you next video.
Alright, peace, y'all.
Bye bye.
Chat.